Hi guys and welcome to my channel. This will be my first gameplay video and we're going to be starting with a game called Hackers. Let's get out of here and I'm going to go back into the game and see what the game is all about. Right, here we go. Hackers is basically a multiplayer game that allows you to hack other networks, develop your own network, and basically a cyber world that is at war. Okay, so I basically went through the tutorial and went through my first few hacks. I do want to run you through the entire setup of the network, what each node does, and what is basically required. So let's just jump right into it. We will go through the tutorial, but they do not have the explanation of what each node is and what to do with it. Let's run from left to right. Okay, so the first node is your net connection, which will be your internet. You need that for all your networks, and your initial network that is given to you when you start the tutorial, you will have that installed already, as well as your core and basic necessities. So you will have your net connection, your server farm, which produces money, which is your primary currency. Then you have the data, which is your safe for the money. Then you have the Bitcoin mines, which basically produces your Bitcoin, which is your secondary currency. And then you have the Bitcoin mixer, which is your bank for the Bitcoins. Then next will be your security, how to protect your network from being hacked, or if it is hacked, how to protect it from your resources and your files from being hacked. So you have your security, which is your initial line of defense. This is basically antivirus. Which basically speaks as soon as the hack starts. Now, the closer your nodes are to the sentry, the better chance of it having protection from the sentry. The sentry starts distributing its antivirus to close by nodes, and then it spreads further out. Then we have the turret. The turret is basically a single fire protection. So the turret from attacks. Once the virus is infected onto the node, the turret immediately starts targeting that particular node and tries to get rid of the virus as soon as possible. Then you will have your black ice. The black ice is your third line of defense. The black ice is a very powerful defensive node, and it is also just like the turret. It targets a single node that is connected to it from infection. So you have that, and then you have your food gate, which is your frontline defense. So if you have your code gate connected directly in your network, any virus that needs to go through it has a much harder time to get through it. And we will run through all the programs that can go through it in a minute. And then you have your scanner, which will help you protect your network from stealth attacks. Scanner basically looks for any stealth programs that are stealth viruses that are installed onto your system and tries to get rid of it, or increases your chances of having alerts onto your network, so your sentry and your turrets and your black eyes can start working on protecting your network. Then you have the Guardian, which is the strongest defense you have against hackers. Once the hacks start, the Guardian basically starts installing solutions on your nearby nodes, helping them with better protection. Now, coming to your hacking. Now, when you need to hack another network, you will basically need these three nodes to compile programs that will help you make your hacks much easier onto other networks. Sorry guys, I'm coughing so much. I'm just coming down with something, and it is really making it very hard to speak. Your ultra mark, which will help you with extra coins in case you want to make you have your 500 credits, 1,200 credits, 2,500 credits, 7,000 credits, 15,000 credits, each one with a price. Now because I am in South Africa, it is showing me in my currency. Then you have protection against hacking. So if you are going on holiday, or if you are going to be away from your game for too long, you can always buy these protections for your network, so you don't get hacked while you are away. Then we have our skins. Basically, this will be your personalization of your network, of your layout, what you see, what you don't see, things like that. And it has a lot of options, a lot of credits are involved. So you want to save all your credits as much as possible. Hacking. Let's go back into it and let me just explain to you how this works. Now, the program library is where you store your ready-made programs that you compile in your compiler. The evolver helps you to basically develop better programs. So let's just have a look at the programs that are available. When you start with your basic program, which is your beam cannons. Now the beam cannons are a straightforward hacking software that just goes through node after node after node, but only when it is installed, and it remains on the node to protect it. The node is taken over by a turret or a sentry. You use these beam cannons, so keep that in mind. These are the cheapest software available for compilation, which you will start from when you start your level 1. You have your ice, which is your protection against sentries, turrets, ice wall, your guardians, and black ice. These are your basic defenses, so you might want to keep these updated. Then you have your shurikens. Shurikens are like beam cannons. They do a attack on the nodes of the network that you are hacking. So you have your shuriken, your beam cannon, which does a single attack on a single node. Shurikens, basically, if installed on, say, my phone, will attack all nodes connected, and basically it will attack all those nodes all at once. So it is useful when you go against a network that is highly webbed. So if you get a hold of one node and you have a lot of nodes connected nearby, you can hack all of them all at once. The next available is the data leech. The data leech basically just increases the speed of your downloads on your core, on your resources. Basically, it helps you to decrease the amount of it takes to download all of that. It is very important to have at least one or two of these. So when in the last second you are running short of time, you can always install one of these onto the core, onto the server, to the Bitcoin mixer, and it will help you to download those faster, making your chances of having those hacks be more successful. Then we have protector, which is basically like your ice wall, and it will help you to protect your node that you have already hacked, and it will help you to keep those nodes to yourself as you move along the network. Then is a much stronger attack than the beam cannon on a shuriken. It also is a node that is attacking. It disables it for 2 seconds, which is very good time if you come into a network that is heavily guarded. It helps you to take over the other nodes much quicker. Excuse me. Once we move on there, then you have Worm, which is basically a program that you will learn about in the tutorial. It is a program that replicates something. So once installed on the connection, it will work its way through the network, but it is very slow. It replicates itself. You only need one per network in the initial stage of the game. So after you can use the worm in its level 1 form, and it will help you quite a bit to save on your program library space. Once we move on from there, we come into more advanced program, which is if, for example, installed onto my code, it will disable any nodes that are nearby it for 4 seconds. Now that is a lot of time, especially if you have more than one protection node targeting your node that you have hacked into. So keep that in mind when you these programs. The whole of this program is to get through the code gates. Now, if you have it at basic level, which is your startup level 0, it takes up to 5 attacks on a code gate to get through it. So it would be nice if you have that upgraded to level 2. It will help you to get through up to level 20 without a problem. Crack. Now this is a very strong program to get through your network. The only downfall of using a Kraken is it only targets the core. So once installed on your net connection, it basically works its way finding the quickest route to the core, and it stops. It will help you take over any node in the vicinity. Anything connected to the core taken over by the Kraken. So it is very good to have. But as you go up the levels, you will see that people have started connecting the core of their resources. So you will not have any access to any of those resources unless you actually work. Then you have the Maniac. Maniac is a very strong program, and it only takes this of Maniac to any node, no matter how restricted it is or what level it is or how high its firewall. With the Maniac strength near 850, it basically will take down any node in a single attack up to a level 25 player. You have your stealth attacks, which we spoke about when we discussed the scanner. So your intro will be your access, which will give you access to any any networking stuff. That means none of the nodes, none of the antiviruses, none of the protective programs activate um, when you're using the access to get hold of any network. But this means it gives you less time to network. It will also mean that it will need you to download the files from the core, and download your resources from the server and from the Bitcoin mixer. They will disable any node that you have access to run the access program. And once it's disabled, when you do your force using Cyberwar, beam cannon, or the makes it easier and quicker for you to get through those nodes functioning because we have installed the requirement. Then have the portal. The portal is basically a backdoor access for you to get into a network, so you can use the access programs to get access to nodes that are past the security. You install a portal so you can just node from that node onward, so you can get security without having an issue. Okay, so that's your basics. I do have a few programs compiled, and I will be doing a few tests, but that will come in the next episode depending on how much of viewer responses I get. Please do like, subscribe, and comment on these videos. This is only the first of many episodes to come. Excuse me, and hopefully my voice has gotten better by then. But my next episode will come in very soon. I'm going to upload this, and I'm going to give you guys a chance to give me your feedback and maybe even advice that you need. I do have another account that I am running, and that is my main account, and that is at level 17 at the moment. So if you do need feedback, if you need help, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. I'll try to every comment. This is a startup channel, so I will have a lot of time to respond to every message that you guys send to. I probably will be starting up another channel also, just for gaming. I also need your feedback on that as to what games you would like to see also. So please like, subscribe, and leave your comments. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully we'll be back with the next episode pretty soon. Bye.